Let's see. Wow, it's been a while. Let's see, broadcast. And I'm gonna go live here too. Hello, how are you? Oh, let me see this. Let's see. Wow, it's been a while. Let's see, broadcast. I'm gonna go live here too. Hello, how are you?
So it seems I am live.
Oh, let me see this.
Okay. So I was planning to do this in Instagram, on Instagram too. So let's see if we are gonna do this also on Instagram. I'm just gonna wait some people to join, and I'm gonna join on Instagram right now, okay? So just give me 1 second. Let's talk about this topic, which I love it. Let's see how it goes. I'm doing this kind of thing here. Okay. So thank you so much, everybody, that are joining or that are going to watch this video or this replay. My name is Denise, and today we are going to do a clearing of the imprint of self-judgment. I don't know if this has happened to you before, right? I don't think so. Sorry, I'm just being a little sarcastic. I believe we are usually very opinionated about ourselves and many times about others outside. So I felt today morning, very early, I felt like to do this clearing and to share it with everybody and clear our field, our energy field of all those energies of self-judgment, those critiques, those inner voices that are within our minds and they're constantly opinionating and saying things about if we are good, if we are bad, if things are correct or incorrect. And that really drain our energy. So that's my intention today I'm just gonna see where I'm looking. So my intention today is to share this clearing. And for the people that don't know me, I'm going to introduce myself in a bit. I just want to share this on my Facebook page. Let me see. I'm going to share this. I just want to finish this logistics on clearing of the imprint. Let's just sharing this, okay? Just 1 second. Perfect, it's here. And another sharing here. Thank you so much for your patience. Let's see, share on the page. Perfect. Perfect, it's done. Thank you. Okay. So this is all shared. Let's go back. So yes, today we are doing this clearing of the imprint of self-judgment. And I just want to introduce myself for everybody that don't know me. My name is Amalai Denise Osores. So you will find me with those names on the social networks. And I consider myself a human bioengineer. Why? Because I am a facilitator, and I work on the different dimensions that we have. We are a multidimensional being. So we have this physical body, we have the etheric body, we have the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual body. And we are connected in so many dimensions. So I feel like I facilitate people to remember how to navigate in their multidimensionality. So let's go back about self-judgments. Before I start doing this clearing, what I want to talk a little bit about is for us to start reflecting in which areas of our life we are self-judging ourselves, in which areas of our life we are a very hard critique of ourselves. Usually, I was reflecting this before this live. I was reflecting this like during the morning, and I realized like in how many times I was very judgmental about myself, about my actions. I realized the words and the vocabulary and the statements that my clients share with me when they come, and those are in different areas. But while I was realizing those things and the statements like, yeah, I could do better, or this is not sufficient, or my body is just too big, or I don't have boobs, or my voice is too loud or too low or too low. So there is so many things that we say to ourselves. But then I wanted to go a little back, like where this word come from, where this judgment concept started to appear in our field, how we started condition ourselves with the word judgment. And when I was doing this research and I was looking like where the word judgment come from, then it looks like a verdict. Like I give a verdict. And when I feel like the word verdict, it seems to be like is the ultimate opinion. It's kind of this is it. And based on this, I evaluate. So that was the energy that I felt when I was evaluating or feeling the word judgment. So the first thing I would like to invite you is just to connect with the word judgment and just notice what you feel, how your body reacts, and just register what are those reactions. So I'm gonna just put this because I'm not sure if you are hearing me well, but here. So just feel the word judgment. So also what I notice is that judgment comes from the Bible. Judgment comes from history, the Inquisition, right? Like they were judging people like based on certain rules that were created by men. Judgment comes from centuries back. So there is a collective. There is a collective and there is a charge to this word. So when I was noticing this is, wow, the charge that it has in the consciousness, in the collective, it is strong. And then in certain way, if I put judgment as an evaluation, as I am self-evaluating myself, then I can just go back when I was going to school, when I was at college, when I was constantly evaluating myself, how good I was, and I was getting grades. So then we are like so surrounded by this comparison that we are doing. And we are surrounded by these, I would say, criteria of achievement, of criteria that determines if we are successful or not, if we are good enough, if we are pretty, if we are fit. So there is so many outside in the society that I believe that has a weight on how we receive and we take on ourselves the word judgment. Let me know if this makes sense to you, and I would appreciate if you can leave me a comment and say, okay, this is I'm getting. So I would appreciate if you just leave me a comment at this moment, just send me a heart, and just interact with me, so I would know that okay, it's making sense for you at this moment. And I would like to do this just to bring to consciousness certain things before we go to the clearing, okay? So with this, I want to share also like the truth is that the correct and incorrect, the good and bad, those evaluations, we created those ones, right? Like we put some rules, we created the criterias. Sometimes the society created, sometimes we decided to take certain criteria and based of that validate ourselves, evaluate ourselves constantly. Sometimes what happens is that we receive certain information, certain data. When I talk about ourselves, I'm going to talk about our system. Okay. And when I talk about words or statements, I'm going to say the data that we receive. So sometimes we receive some data from our father, from our mom, from our family. And sometimes we heard like, oh, shut up, or your voice is too loud. So we will receive kind of critiques constantly, or you are so silly, or you are so loud, um, you must study more. Like we receive so many opinions, and many of them, they were anchored and imprint of our unconscious. And then today, maybe we feel like, oh, I don't want to express, I don't want to talk, because when I talk it's too loud. Nobody wants to hear that loudness. So sometimes we avoid to express or to speak up. So there are like some, I would say, effects that we are reacting when we condition ourselves with certain judgments that we receive from the external. And those judgments that we receive from the external has become like voices that are running within our minds, our heads, and those are becoming our own judging. And we think sometimes that it's our own judgment. So I just want you to I want to invite you again just to start thinking, what are the things that you say to you constantly? What are those statements, those affirmations that you say to you? How you talk to yourself? Sometimes people say like, oh, I don't do self-judgment. I usually judge other people. So if you are in that, if you are a person that usually is opinion, it has a lot of opinions about if the other person was right or wrong, if they did good or not, then my invitation for you is to start looking in which areas of your life you are having those same opinions or those same judgments. Okay, so just bring to your awareness, allow yourself to start realizing like how is your inner talk, how you are talking to yourself, because those things are usually how we judge ourselves, how is our inner critique, and how are our those opinions. And lastly, before we enter to this clearing, I want to mention as well that of course we have positive talks, and that's great and that's awesome. And when we have a positive talk, usually those talks are the ones that energize us, are the ones that empower us. And the other ones usually drain our energy. And even if we are unconscious of those things, and maybe at this moment you are saying, I don't self-judge. Maybe you don't remember. Just start looking the opinions, just start taking attention of, take attention on your thoughts. What comes to you? What are your opinions on other people? Because many times the opinions we have on other people is the opinions that are within our field, right? And when we meet someone, also is because something is resonating potentially. If something is very, it's a highlight for ourselves, like, oh, I see someone and that person is like, I don't like the behavior of that person. I don't like the way they express, the way they are putting or they are making faces. Oh, I don't like it. So the invitation again is in which part in your life, in which area of your life you are having similar behaviors. Sometimes it's kind of, I call it like sometimes we have a projection in another area and we are seeing the same thing. So with that said, I think like self-judgment it's something that will diminish when we start accepting ourselves as how we are, when we start accepting and loving ourselves more. So the other side of self-judgment is self-love, and it's radical acceptance. So the invitation and what we are going to awaken today is that radical acceptance, where there is not good or bad. We are just accepting everything as we are. When we accept everything as we are, then there is not resistance. There is not fight of one thing with the other one. We are just embracing both, embracing ourselves. And when I say embracing, there might be things that you say, oh, I want to change, I want to shift this, I want to evolve and expand my perception, and that's great. But whenever there is resistance, whenever there is rejection of a part of ourselves, then I find within myself and with my clients that it is harder to shift them. It is harder to transform that. But when I accept every piece of myself, every opinion, and I accept that, okay, this opinion, I may have that opinion of myself. Or maybe, oh, that's not my voice. That was the voice of my mom that used to tell me when I was a kid that I could do things better, for instance. And I'm always looking to do things better, forgetting to celebrate what I already did. So I will just accept that. I will recognize and acknowledge that it is not my voice. And also I'm gonna allow myself to celebrate, but I am accepting. I am not rejecting, I am not fighting, I'm just loving myself unconditionally with all the package. So what you'll experience later is going to be that because you are accepting these personalities that has been created throughout your life, these personalities, these identities that has been created with certain lifestyles, those are going to start like kind of being released because they exist whenever we reject that part. And then they will just start disappearing. And it's gonna be, you're gonna integrate every bit of yourself. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hello. Somebody joined in Instagram. That's awesome. So, okay. So with that said, is it making sense for you? Can you just leave me your comment below and tell me if this makes sense, if this is resonating to you? Self-judgment, I prefer to shift that word and says, I have this radical acceptance of every piece of myself. And what I like to use more is discernment. And I know it's a little different, but it's kind of, I can discern of things that are good for me and I will discern those things from love and wisdom. So if we start like feeling each vibration of each word, trust me, it's different. So this invitation is just start feeling the vibration. Each word has a vibration, every word. And there is a collective many times. So just feeling into your body and being more conscious about the words you are using. So let's do this clearing. And for this, I'm going to invite you to just find a comfortable position, a comfortable sitting. Okay, so just sit very comfortably and start breathing in and breathing out and close your eyes. Yes. Ensure your back is totally straight. And with each inhalation and each exhalation, you're getting more relaxed. And this clearing that we're gonna go through, it looks like meditation, a guided meditation. And in fact, we are inviting your unconscious mind at this moment to play with us. We are inviting all parts of yourself to be present. We are inviting your wise self.
some people call it higher self, or your I am presence also, to be here with you at this moment. Just close your eyes and allow that my voice guide you through this clearing. Breathe in and breathe out, and you're going to ask your higher self, the intelligence of your heart, if it's okay for you to proceed with this clearing. And you'll feel, or you hear, yes, no, it's a yes, or it's a no. If it's a yes, that's great. If it's a no, I invite you to just listen throughout this clearing, and then you can do it later and ask again. So just breathe in, counting to 5. And breathe out, counting to 5. 2 more times. One more time. And from this space, we are inviting your I am presence to establish a sacred space around you, a protected space around you, a space that is full of light, of love, and wisdom. We are also asking the I am presence to bring truth and love on this space. Keep breathing in and out. And you are going to start breathing in light and breathing out light. And as you are breathing in light and breathing out light, this light is covering every part of your body. Just notice how your body is. Where do you feel that there is tension? Just notice and be aware that's only that. Scanning throughout your body. Now we are going to ask all your wisdom, your guides, to start clearing all the energy of self-judgment within yourself, of self-pity within yourself, in the different bodies, physical, in the etheric, in the emotional, in the mental, in the spiritual. And we are going to give some minutes while this clear is complete. We are asking that this team start clearing self-judgment, self-pity, any interference or any connection with the collective related to self-judgment. To start cutting the cords, to clear your own channel in the different dimensions that you are, in the different lives, realities, dimensions And we are asking also that this is clear from time and space that it has originated. Just give some minutes while this clearing is happening and until its completion. We are allowing that this energy to be transmuted. And we are also asking if there is any wisdom for you to be aware so you can receive that information in the next days, within the next days. If there are affirmations or words that you have said to yourself or that someone has said to you, and those are coming to your awareness now, just imagine you are giving this to your higher self or your I am presence, and you are putting all those words in this bag, in this violet bag. And that violet bag is being just take to the sun, and the fire of the sun just burn it and evaporate it completely, disappearing that information. If what is coming to you is the voice, do the same. Put those sounds in that violet bag and do the same. We are working with the fire of the sun as the transmutation, with its strength to shift. Just breathe in and breathe out. As this is being finished, now we are asking to receive the geometry, the light, and the sound that your body needs, that your system needs or requires to start activating your self-acceptance and your self-love. And just start feeling this light. It could be different colors. It could be gold or green. And this is just covering every part of yourself. It's going through your veins, it's going through your heart and throughout all your body, every atom. It's updating your DNA. And now we are commanding to activate the information on your DNA of self-love, of loving yourself radically, of accepting yourself radically. And just feel that energy being activated within yourself. Maybe you are trembling, maybe you are having a new sensation, Just allow that energy to be harmonized within yourself. And breathe in and breathe out. And we are asking to your body to anchor and to integrate 100% this shift, to anchor this and preserve this on this reality, on this body, right now, yet right here. And as you breathe in and you breathe out, we give thanks to all our team that support us today. We are also receiving any extra codes through our crown, and we are giving thanks for that information and that actualization. Breathe in and breathe out. And as we are breathing in and out, start coming back to your body and start scanning again your body and feeling those parts that were tense at the beginning, and just check how are they today, how are they right now. Thank you so much for your teams, the support that we receive. And start feeling your toes, your fingers, move your toes. Breathe in and breathe out, feel your body, feel your skin. And when you feel ready, open your eyes. That's perfect. So let's see, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling at this moment? Just breathe in, breathe out, and feel how roots are coming from your feet down to the center of the earth. Just feel it. Just breathe in and breathe out and just feel this. Breathe in and breathe out. So I would appreciate if you send me a message on how you felt, how was your experience, and just allow the energy to settle down. Drink some water. It's so important to keep ourselves hydrated every time we work with energy. And I just want to remind you to love yourself. Every time you see yourself at the mirror, just say to yourself and tell yourself, I love you, I am with you, I love you, I am with you. It feels so nice and so accepting of ourselves. So thank you so much. Have a blissful afternoon and see you soon. Bye-bye. Let's see.